let's get it. Over the last 10 games, Bam Adebayo has gone over 28.5 points and rebounds 90% of the time. 9 straight games. Can you believe that the Miami Heat were one of the only teams that did not make a trade? However, probably only one of the teams that we could trust to still play as they have been playing. Bam Adebayo barely covered this a couple of times. You see the hooks in there, and they're playing versus Boston. He's usually stands up against Boston. Let's go look really quick at Bam Adebayo versus Boston. There should be a ton of games, but we're going to see what's happening. Come on, Rico. Act like you've done this before. 25 games versus Boston. Maybe I was the other way around. He has not been handling that versus Boston. Boston got some new pieces, though. I was surprised to see, not surprised, I expected them to go get a big man. And then I missed the Hawks-Warriors trade. I had no idea Jonathan Kuminga got traded, got sent over for Kristaps Porzingis. That Warriors game was dope last night. It was Warriors plus 6.5. I just needed them to cover. They ended up winning by 4. Who Dylan Brooks thinks he is? Like, the last shot? Come on, bro. That was the ugliest shot ever. And then that rebound got corralled by the Warriors. Throw it out for the last shot. They was already up 2, but ended up winning that one outright. Shout out to the Warriors, banging it out without Steph. We do like Bam Adebayo, just not against the Celtics. And you know the Celtics, I got to go look at what the line is. They're a beast as an underdog, especially if they are a dog tomorrow. But Bam Adebayo has been covering over the last 9 straight games, 28.5 points and rebounds. Speaking of the Boston Celtics, when does Jaylen Brown start snatching boards like this? His rebound line is at 6.5. Look how many double-digit rebounds he's had. He's missed a couple of games. Don't get it twisted. There are some new pieces. I have to keep mentioning about the trade deadline, but you got to know where we are. You have to know where we are. That's kind of why I played so much college basketball yesterday. But just because the trade deadline is over doesn't mean the teams have gelled yet. It doesn't mean it's still not fresh for a lot of players, even though some players did come in and do decent or will do decent with their new teams. Jaylen Brown, 6.5 rebounds. Look how many times he double-digit rebounds over the last 10 games. Let's look at him versus Miami real quick. 25 games versus Miami. He clears 6.5. He's hitting it 80% of the time over the last 10 games versus Miami, dating back to 2024. You know there's some people missing. I know you know this. I mean, outside of Tatum. Maybe it isn't. I thought Derek White was out for a minute. Or maybe he was questionable or something, but he's not listed here. I like Jaylen Brown over 6.5 rebounds. Implied probability got it at 55% to go over, meaning that it's heavily juiced. You probably got to put this bitch on the parlay. It might only be on underdog or some shit like that. Pascal Siakam, over 3.5 assists. He's crushing this line, 90%. Well, he missed a couple of games, and he didn't play versus Utah on the 3rd. But 3.5 assists should be money for Pascal Siakam. Look at the last 15 games real quick. 80% over the last 15 games. Still missed those 2 games, but 3.5 assists should be money. They picked up a big man, too. Did they get Zubac? They got somebody. I can't remember right now. Anyway, next is Cedric Coward from Memphis. Points, rebounds, and assists. I think I covered him a couple of days ago. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't even know. But at 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists, the under is hitting 100% of the time. Now, looking at the injuries, there's a few of these people who've been out for a long while. Eric Gordon Eric Gordon got traded from the Phillies. I'm ready for baseball. The 76ers. But points, rebounds, and assists at 25.5, I'm taking the under for Cedric Coward. There's only 4 trending plays that we like. I did find some decent plays on Daily Grind Fantasy. We don't dabble with it. And most notably, Jeremy Grant to hit 2 threes. This is happening. During the trade deadline, it's probably best until teams figure themselves out to play sharp plays because the books know more than we do, and they've already baked in everything into the odds. I hope that makes sense. I know it doesn't. Somebody gonna be in the comments like, but Jeremy Grant over 1.5 3-pointers made. Pascal Siakam, I don't like the first quarter joints, but that's there. It's valuable if you're interested. Drew Holiday under 5.5 assists. Another thing I wanted to do is just like go check out what's happening. But at Drew Holiday, I'm gonna go look this one up just because his line is at 5.5 assists. But I don't know if I believe in him. I don't know if I believe in him at 5.5 assists. Again, the books know more than we do. I just want to point out over the last 10 games, he ain't handling that. You know what I'm saying? I knew this. That's why I wanted to show that. But the sharp play is Drew Holiday to go over 5.5 assists. And then Miles Turner not to get 7 rebounds. Let's go look at this. He plays for the Bucks. The Bucks didn't make a move. It looks like Giannis is going to be there till the summertime. We'll see how that goes. But until then, when is he going to play again? He's going to sit out for the rest of the season? Like, that don't make any sense. Look at Miles Turner rebounds at 6.5. Look at the last 10 games. This is the under. We like the under here. As you can see, the under is hitting at 60% over the last 10 games. And then who they play against? Oh, the Pacers. I love when old players play against their old teams. This season, they played on November 3rd. He had 18 rebound chances and had 7. But more recently, just before Christmas, he had 11 rebound chances, grabbed 6. And then back to the looking at the last 10 games, I just don't see him handling that. I don't know anything. These are the sharp plays, okay? Miles Turner, under 6.5 rebounds. Jay Huff is hitting 2 threes. Over 1.5 3. It might be so juiced that you can't play it straight up. It goes on a parlay. And then Derek White, over 5.5 assists. This one I got to go look. I ain't played Derek White in a minute, I don't think. Well, if the model hasn't spit him, I damn sure haven't played it. But let's look at Derek White real quick. His assist line is at 5.5. Where is it? Where are you? Right here. Whoa. 4 straight games. Only at 60% over the last 10. If you look at the last 20 games, it's just at 20%. As you can see, he's not dominating this line. Obviously, this is a sharp play. All the matchups are considered, just not the last 10 or 20 games, if you will. I like to play 5.5 assists for Derek White. Cam Spencer, he's a shooter. It's his rebounds and assists though. Over 10.5. I'll take that. That's the 3-pick entry. Miles Turner, under 7 rebounds. Drew Holiday, under 5.5 assists. Jay Huff to hit 2 threes. And then Derek, where is it? Cam Spencer, over 10.5 rebounds and assists. Did I do that 4-pick? Oh, shit. Did I make that a 4-pick or a 3? No, that's going to be a 4-pick entry. I don't know why I tried to remember that. Let's go look at the recap. Because we know the NBA is reshuffling, I leaned into college basketball because it's done well over a couple of games. I played a bunch of college basketball straights. We went 39-42 down. The college basketball model goes 35-35 with 1 push. I just couldn't put the right plays together. Like, if I tell you we're going to drop 71 plays, half of them are going to win and the other half are going to lose, how do I figure out that? That's 7 5-pick entries. That's smack. That's how I look at it. Even though it's like almost mathematically impossible to put them together like that, still played a bunch of them straight, lost a bunch of them. Was not a good day for me and the teams that I selected. I'm lying. The NBA did well. I took Boston plus 6. Not Boston. Who was it? Golden State plus 6.5. Damn it. I should have pulled those tickets up. Anyway, for tomorrow we got Milwaukee Bucks plus 1.5 at the Pacers. I don't like Milwaukee. Did I show you that? Let me show you why I don't like Milwaukee. If we go here to the NBA, look at this. Milwaukee. If I was to fade them on this side, it's like if I faded this team, if I played the opposite of what the model selected, it'd be 10-3 because they're 2-6 as dogs and 1-4 as a favorite when the model selects them. So this side over here is like fade this team. This is the bottom 10 team. Milwaukee Bucks. We would be 10-3 if we fade them every time the model selects them. And then you look at the Pacers. As underdogs, the Pacers are 13-8. I'm not telling you what to play. I'm showing you what the data says. Minnesota Timberwolves -11 versus the Pelicans. I don't like double-digit spreads on teams that are like, I don't know how to explain what New Orleans is, because they're on my list here. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They were on a little New Orleans Pelicans. They were on the list, but even at 4-4, they was on this side for a minute, and now I see that they still have the auto bet tag. I need to update that. They should not be on the auto bet tag anymore. Let's go back and see what they do. Nope, here. But Minnesota -11, that's just too much. Even though the model expects them to blow them out, double-digit spreads in the NBA. This is the NBA. This is not college basketball. No play on Memphis is Portland, but Portland, if they're a dog, do I need to show you again? Portland 7-4, 5-3 as underdogs. One of the more profitable teams when they are underdogs. I do like Portland. The model did not select a play in that game. This is going to be a really good game. Knicks Pistons. The model did not select the play, but I take New York because even though the model thinks New York will lose by 3 points, the Knicks are just one of the better teams when the model selects them. That's college basketball. Look, 8-3, 7-3 as favorites, 1-0 as dogs. The Knicks, the Mavericks, Pacers, the Charlotte Hornets. Bro, did you see what the Charlotte Hornets did to the Houston Rockets? Houston Rockets favored by 4, but you see Charlotte's 5-1 as dogs, and they handled that, which was insane. Almost shutting it down. I don't even think Houston scored 100 points. I talked about the Boston Celtics in the Heat game. Boston is one of those teams. I don't know who the line is here. I hate that when it doesn't pick, it should show me who's the favorite. I need to check that out. I still think Boston money line here, but no pick on that play. And you see we didn't do too well. Just 2-4 on the plays that I picked. Some of the overs or unders lost. I did hit Boston and somebody else, Charlotte. I think it was just not Boston. Damn it. Golden State plus 6.5, and then Charlotte. I didn't get to check how many auto bet plays we have. I'm gonna look here. There's only one match, and it's Vela Prazio. Vela Prazio as dogs. I gotta go show you because not that one. It's right here. Vela Prazio. They're 8-1 as underdogs. Have not been selected as a favorite. Coming back to the board, you can see they're favored by 9.5. I don't know about that. Let's go see how many overs we got. 5 overs. Yes. Bradley Braves over 130.5. Drake Bulldogs. And my who lost yesterday? One of these hot teams lost yesterday, man. I was leaning on them. Drexel Dragons. They were 5-0. 4-0 as underdogs, and they lost yesterday. They had plus 4.5. I was all over them. It did not smack. Drake Bulldogs versus Illinois State over 143.5. And then who else we got? North Carolina in the Duke game, but that's on the 7th. That's Saturday. Still holding on for that one because I'm gonna be all over that. And then we got Michigan State and Illinois. They play on the 7th as well. So we don't have many for today. Also, the Tennessee-Kentucky game, big board college basketball games coming up on Saturday. Then I'm going to be with the kids, but I'm watching nothing but college basketball Saturday. Points model didn't have a lot of plays yesterday, but what we have today should smack easy. If you remember, Duncan Robinson was the player of the day a couple of days ago. Well, I posted it on Twitter. Easy smack. I think he dropped 22 points, 23 points. His line was 9.5. Give me Duncan Robinson over 10.5 points. Same thing with Andrew Wiggins. He averaged 15 over the last 10 games. Averaged 15 on the season. His line is at 13.5, minus 125. You play that bitch straight up. Andrew Wiggins over 13.5 points. Anthony Edwards, I'm staying away from him. I don't care if you average 32 points over your last 10 games. I think he scored 15 points the other day. And we had him going over at 28.5 points. Nah, He too iffy. And then, I don't know. Staying away from that one. DeMar DeRozan at 16.5 points. I don't know why I'm playing this one. He's iffy too. DeMar's 2-1 with him. He averaged 19 over the last 10 games. I think I'll take it, but I'm not taking both of these guys. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Probably Zach LaVine because it's plus 102. Usually you want to take the best odds, but not both of them. Watch both of them go off though, but I digress. Russell Westbrook over why so many King players? 4 King players. I don't know why. I'm not acting like I know this, but 4 players from the same team to go over that point line? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't believe that. If it happens, it happens. But there we are. There we have it. Let's go look at the rebounds. J Huff. Oh, wait. I don't like doing it like this. I like doing it like this. Bang. Oh, refresh. Here we go. J Huff, under 5.5 rebounds. Somebody else I saw. I said Andrew Wiggins. You see all of the Kings players over their point line, 16.5. Russell Westbrook. I don't know, man. Definitely Duncan Robinson. No on Anthony Edwards. I don't care if it goes off. And Ryan Rollins that hit 2 threes. Definitely down with that. So there's only 12 plays, all on the best plays. We're still riding heavy. We're going on 1,000 value plays at 55%. I don't know what to tell you. Know what I mean? That's just where we are. I did college basketball. I did NBA. I wanted to show. I had something that stood out, and I can't remember what it is. I can't quite remember what it is. How long is this video? Oh, I'm out of here. Was that it? That is it. I'm really Rico. You already know. Let's get this dough, bruh. Peace. I'm out. Kill that. Which way is the screen at? You had to tighten up, bruh.